filming. I was doing a book. I'm not sure I'm getting on here. I was doing a book back in 1979. Actually, I started it in 1976. And I want to include this because Larry Flint was one of them that was shot in Gwinnett County, Lawrenceville, Georgia. I lived in Marietta in Cobb County all the time when I moved to Atlanta, and I guess in '67, until they almost killed me April Fool Day of 1980. Anyway, I wrote a book, and part of it was about mind control murders. Um, it was really a good book. I even had a letter from the FBI. I'm trying to put this ongoing investigation, national security involved. So later I decided that was national security involved as a national security agency. But what I want to say here quick, because I've been shut down for quite a while now, my phone's hacked and accounts and everything. So anyway, I want to put this up. And I just want to say this because this involves a lot more than mind control murders. But one of those murders that was happening then was and I was writing about Larry Flint and the program shooter, so it gets into it's not just one person shot; it can be mass, like the Virginia State tech shootings that happened here not too long ago near where I live. Well, next in the area where I live. Let's put it that way. I think anyway. They're programmed. They don't even know that they're going to commit a crime. It's done at such a low level, and this is not just a ham set that can do it. Now they teach the Morse code, and you're not aware you're hearing it, so you're being programmed, and it's happened to so many people by now because they don't want to believe it. Um, so I want to mention this, and then I didn't prepare this, and I just got this back where I can video a little, and I'm not familiar with the uh, computer or the phone. Anyway, let me say this so I don't sound babbling here. Um, I wrote the book, was writing the book, trying to get it published, had a letter from the FBI. I lived, if anybody knows it, it's at Terrell Mill, Laurel Mill Apartments. And now I'm going to forget the name of the street. Anyway, I lived in Moonraker for anybody who wants to look that up and who owned it and why they would tear it down. So, what's that got to do with all this? Let me get to. I was almost killed in 1980. I shouldn't have lived, really. Two more people were killed in Cobb County later using the same thing they did on me, and they died. They worked for, I believe, one in Forsyth County and the other one in Cobb. Uh, HLN has done a story on those in the past, and I'm not going to get into that. It's too horrible. I lost everything I had. My children, everything was illegal. I was transported to Huntsville, Alabama. I worked for the district attorney in 1980 in the condition I was in, and uh, Fred Simpson was his name, Madison County district attorney, and he wasn't. Well, I don't think he wanted to be. He didn't really ran for it, but he didn't win again. So then the next job I had was for Doyle Duke in Golden Triangle. But while I was there, it was beginning. They were going to try, I believe at that time, Wayne Williams. Say this. Months before Wayne was arrested in charge with murders, and remember he was if this is ever told, he was looking for a lady at Overbrook Apartments there in Smyrna, and then later nobody notices this. Her name was Margaret, and later they kept changing the names of paper he had in his pocket who he was looking for in Overbrook. And the same thing happened with two other murders that are mind control murders. Warren and Rosina Matthews there in Cobb, it was in Cobb County. They were forensic psychologists, or I've forgotten now, I'm babbling because I've been having a bad time. Just living myself with what's happened. Anyway, they were murdered, and they kept changing the names of the lady and there and changing things. But there was a program shooting, and let me skip real quick. And I know somebody accused me of jumping back and forth. You try to live in my life and try telling this, and then you can speak, okay? But later, so much happened to me, and I'm going to jump to 1983 when Larry Flint flew me out to his home. Remember, I know the shooter was programmed to shoot Larry Flint. He brought me out there and helped in the campaign to replace U.S. Congressman, and he was a doctor I had written about, Larry McDonald. Plane went down that KL up in Anchorage, Alaska. President Nixon was on the plane and taking off just before takeoff. They knew the plane was going down, and it was not just me. They wonder if Larry McDonald even went down on the plane. It was all taken down. I've forgotten how many, 196 people and drowned to make it look like McDonald was dead. So what's he got to do with this? Well, he does. But let me get back to Wayne Williams. I was working at Golden Triangle, and I heard that was watching TV, and Wayne had been arrested for the murders. Now then, I called Mary Welcome, and I thought, well, she's going to hang up on me because she won't believe it, or, people don't like to believe they've been chipped and that they can be programmed. How in the heck do you all think that all these, like Parkland in Florida, the Parkland shootings, people are programmed to shoot whether they're young or old, and they're innocent victims themselves. So how do you prove it? Some of them can be proven, I assure you. But back to Wayne, I was working in Huntsville, and I called Mary, and I thought she'd hang up on me. No, they put her right through, and she was going to send over an attorney in her firm to take my deposition. Well, it never happened. I was almost killed again. So I'm going to skip the rest of it, but this is what's important. A month prior to Wayne being arrested, Black Mayor Maynard Jackson was with Lee Brown, who was a black police commissioner. They went on ABC in the morning out of New York on that program and specifically said Wayne did not commit the murders, that he was innocent, that it was the mechanism used. Well, nobody's ever gone back and even said that is a mechanism used, mind control. And Scott Peterson, it was used on him, and he's on death row. His attorney is a very good attorney, by the way, but his first one. But he called me back in 2010, and his investigator did, and said, well, probably none of this would ever be told. But anyway, I even went to the trial, and I was kept penniless after they almost killed me. I lived a hell of a life, even trying to get over what was done to me. But anyway, I showed up at Wayne's trial. I knew Lynn Watley. They introduced me to him. I think he was afraid that he was going to be killed. Heck, what do you think they've done to me? I went up. If I'm skipping around, bear with me. I'm trying to get this up on a little bitty time, and I just got this back, and I'm kind of tired and hoarse, and I'm old. But I don't want Wayne. I didn't want anybody else to pay for crimes they didn't commit. And there's people that hate me for trying to tell it. You can prove it once you get it laid out. Yes, you can. And Wayne Williams is a victim. But anyway, I was at the trial, And I did take the papers up and handed them to, I tried to hand them to Wayne, but I think somebody else took it. I don't know who. But let me say this, and if Wayne Williams can see the video, I have tried to help him. I've told, this is what I've done, put up videos about this, and some of them can be proven outright. You don't have to doubt it. People just don't want to hear that it can be done, or the people here in this country is doing it to them. But anyway, I handed the information to Wayne, and there's another part of this program, if you want to call it a program, the reason they won't tell it, the truth. And let me ask people to stop and think. Maynard Jackson Lee Brown said it was the mechanism used. Nobody's followed it up. The news media is just like, I better not say his name, they'll shut me off right now. They won't print any of this or anything about me. So anyway, when Wayne's trial was over just prior, Mary Welcome was replaced by a retired CIA attorney, and his name was Attorney Marcus, I believe was his name. Now then, I have done all I can, and I'm 82 years old, so I don't have all that much longer to live myself. I don't even know where my children are. They have done so much, and I mean horrific crimes to me and my children. No wonder they don't want to bring me forth and let me tell about Wayne Williams and some of these other so-called serial killers who are innocent victims of programming. And my name is, well, yeah, well, that gets to be the problem in this, too. Let's just say, like my videos, Peggy Ann Childers. And I'm going to leave it there. I don't know if Wayne can have another trial and have some life outside of jail. I don't know. But I've tried and tried. And I did speak with Fulton County District Attorney, I've forgotten his name now, Slayton. They told me that I would be called back to testify, but that never happened. And then he's dead, and what's the woman's name? I can't stand her. She's assistant prosecutor with him and real close friends. And she's been on H&N, what's her name? I can't remember her name. And she had all these murders up there and telling about them. And she became quite popular and wealthy. Well, the opposite happened to me. I've been through hell. So I don't know if Wayne will sue this or not. It'll go up on YouTube even, but I'll try again.